Oh my God, what's happening with those chickens? And here is the consequence that the destructive bunch deserves. Hello, my friend. Would you like to know why the red fox is being handled like this? Join me on today's journey to explore, and don't forget to leave a 1 in the comments section, so I know you'll join me till the end of the video. When people mention Australia, many often think of unique wildlife icons like kangaroos, koalas, or lizards. However, alongside these friendly animals, Australia harbors a menace known as the red fox. With its vibrant red fur and keen hunting instincts, the red fox has adapted and thrived vigorously on Australia's land. The red fox, with its vibrant red fur and sharp hunting instincts, has become a menace to the ecosystem and local communities in Australia. Its exceptional hunting ability makes it a formidable predator in the wild animal kingdom. In the blink of an eye, the red fox can incapacitate prey with astonishing speed and accuracy. Estimates suggest that over 300 million native animals become prey to this invasive species every year. Why has the red fox become such a serious threat in Australia? The sudden increase in population is the primary cause of the red fox menace in Australia. Red foxes reproduce rapidly, with litters ranging from 5 to 9 cubs. Currently, there are approximately 1.7 million foxes living on the Australian continent, occupying about 80% of the land area. This figure is truly alarming and poses significant challenges in fox population control. Additionally, the absence of natural predators also contributes to the explosion in red fox numbers. The Australian government has implemented a large-scale hunting campaign to control the rapid increase of the red fox, an invasive species, causing significant environmental and community damage. However, is this truly an effective and sustainable solution? Hunting red foxes is a challenging task due to their agility and intelligence. Thorough preparation, appropriate weaponry, and ensuring safety are prerequisites for the success of such campaigns. In contrast to the aggressiveness of red foxes in Australia, foxes in Japan present a completely different image. They are seen as symbols of luck, deeply rooted in many legends and folk culture of the country. The Miyagi-Zayo Fox Village is a prime example of the unique harmony between culture and nature. It is not only home to hundreds of foxes, but also a destination that attracts tourists for its unparalleled experiences. Oh my goodness! A black bear family unexpectedly appeared at a house, turning it into an unexpected stopping point. The playful bear cubs innocently frolic around, completely oblivious to the presence of humans and the environment around them. Even the swimming pool is not spared from bear intrusions. The presence of black bears in residential areas always carries certain risks. Black bears are wild animals that can become aggressive when they feel threatened. Therefore, ensuring safety for both humans and the bears themselves is extremely important. Not only do these bold black bears roam the streets openly, but they also exhibit aggressive behavior that directly threatens human safety. The black bear, with its thick, shiny black fur, symbolizes powerful wilderness. They typically inhabit dense, pristine forests where their thick fur helps them adapt perfectly to harsh environments. However, the remarkable adaptability of black bears sometimes makes them a threat to humans. When natural habitats shrink or disappear due to human activities, black bears are forced to seek new food sources and living spaces, leading them to encroach into urban areas. Faced with the challenge of coexisting with black bears, the government has implemented a special strategy to minimize their intrusion. Black bears, due to their large size, make trapping ineffective as they can easily escape. Therefore, the decision to use controlled hunting methods has been made to protect communities and natural resources. However, these hunting efforts are conducted carefully and precisely to ensure the safety of residents and maintain ecological balance. The number of black bears is closely controlled to prevent disrupting the natural equilibrium in the area. This strategy aims not only to protect community livelihoods, but also to maintain a balanced living environment for black bears amidst economic development and urbanization. Hunters processing and consuming black bear meat may come as a surprise to many and even be discomforting. Eating black bear meat is a sensitive topic intertwined with cultural, ethical, and legal aspects. In some parts of the world, hunting and consumption of bear meat may be permitted under legal regulations. However, it's important to note that this practice carries risks such as disease transmission and potential toxicity. When it comes to invasive species, the wild boar cannot be overlooked, a persistent threat, not only in the United States, but also in Australia. Ranked as the most dangerous invasive species in Australia, wild boars sow terror by encroaching into urban areas, destroying landscapes, and threatening habitats. Their ability to carry over 30 types of pathogens makes them an even more insidious danger, posing health risks to both wildlife and humans alike. Facing the challenge posed by wild boars, Australian farmers have come up with a bold solution: aerial hunting using airplanes. Dubbed as the real players, they have invested millions of dollars into this unique hunting campaign. The use of airplanes has proven highly effective, offering wide-ranging visibility, ensuring safety for the crew, and receiving support and even encouragement from the Australian government for public participation. As of 2021, a report from farmers in Texas and California revealed that the damages caused by wild boars amounted to approximately $1.7 billion. These disruptive creatures have wreaked havoc on the agricultural industry, impacting multiple facets of farming and resulting in substantial economic losses. Here's a group of wild boars captured in the city of San Antonio, situated in the southern region of Texas. In recent times, Texas has consistently held its position as the state with the largest wild boar population in the nation, hosting around 3.5 to 4 million individuals, making up nearly half of the country's total wild boar count. Female wild boars usually commence reproduction at 6 months old, giving birth to 1 litter each year, with the number of piglets ranging from about 10 to 15. Due to their swift reproductive rate and robust adaptability, the wild boar population in the United States stays considerable, despite millions being hunted and killed by hunters nationwide annually. In addition to Texas, wild boars are also quite common in states such as Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Southern California. It is estimated that each year, these animals cause agricultural losses across the country amounting to approximately $2.7 billion. Despite their usual habitat in forests, wild boar herds boldly venture into fields upon discovering an abundant food source. Large expanses filled with corn, vegetables, or wheat are often their favored destinations. Concealing themselves, they can wreak havoc on crops for weeks before eventually moving on. Picture the potential consequences if a herd of approximately 25 wild boars visited your corn farm and lingered for a week. Recognized as invasive species and substantial agricultural pests in the United States, wild boars are classified as unprotected animals. Most states in the U.S. actively promote trapping and hunting of wild boars without limitations to mitigate their impact on agriculture. Following their capture, these wild boars are typically euthanized before being transported for further processing or sale to restaurants. Despite estimates indicating that hunters kill between 2 to 3 million wild boars annually, this doesn't effectively diminish the population of this invasive species, given their robust reproductive abilities and adaptability. In many cases, farmers cull dozens of wild boars without bothering to collect their carcasses, often because they are accustomed to the consumption of wild boar meat. If you've had the opportunity to savor dishes made from wild boar meat, you may have been captivated by their distinct flavors. Wild boar meat carries a unique aroma and delightful taste, shaped by the natural herbs present in the forest environment and the special flavor derived from wild boars feeding on natural sources within that habitat. This results in a distinctive and rich flavor profile for wild boar meat, differentiating it from pork raised under different conditions. Notably, the flavor can become even more profound and savory when cooked or grilled with precision. It's interesting to note that in certain places, such as Vietnam and China, people go so far as to raise wild boars for the sole purpose of utilizing their meat. Not only wild boars, But wild wolves also pose a significant concern that American farmers continually grapple with. Currently, gray wolves inhabit every U.S. state except Hawaii, showcasing their exceptional adaptability to varying conditions. Their well-adapted living conditions and limited natural predators contribute to the swift and steady increase in the population of gray wolves in the United States. According to estimates from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, California alone is home to around 750,000 gray wolves, a figure that might actually be higher in reality, considering their exceptional reproductive capabilities. Granting cattle the freedom to roam is an integral part of their care and nurturing process. This practice allows them space for movement and free foraging, enabling them to relish their natural environment and access natural food sources. However, this approach also presents several challenges for farmers. A noteworthy challenge arises with the presence of coyotes, a wild animal species capable of hunting and attacking cattle. Farmers grapple with the task of protecting their cattle from the threat posed by these coyotes, as their attacks can lead to significant harm and substantial losses in the farming industry. In response to this challenge, farmers employ protective measures, including the construction of secure fences or the use of guard dogs, to ensure the safety of their cattle when granted the freedom to roam. In the daytime, wild coyotes frequently congregate in the woods, assuming a more subdued demeanor. As the night falls, their predatory instincts awaken, turning them into vigilant hunters. Under the cover of darkness, they exhibit increased boldness, frequently encroaching upon livestock farms in pursuit of sustenance, targeting small animals or carrion. It is during these nocturnal hours that wild coyotes transform into formidable adversaries, posing a substantial threat to the safety of cattle and other livestock on the farm. Statistics from the U.S. Department of Agriculture reveal a significant concern for agriculture, indicating that around 117,000 livestock animals fall victim to wolves annually in the United States. This makes wolves the most impactful wildlife species contributing to economic losses in the agricultural sector. To address the economic impact and manage the population growth of wolves, most states permit year-round hunting of this species. This proactive approach aims to mitigate the adverse effects of wolf predation on livestock, offering a strategy to balance wildlife conservation with the protection of agricultural interests. Every year in the United States, hunters eradicate approximately 550,000 coyotes, with a significant portion of them being targeted near livestock farms. The primary goal of this practice is often to ensure the safety of livestock, which serves as a vital source of income for many farmers. We encourage you to express your viewpoint on this matter in the comments below. Your thoughts contribute to a broader understanding of the varied perspectives on hunting coyotes for the protection of livestock. Beyond the impact of coyotes and wild boars, the agricultural damage caused by white-tailed deer in the United States must not be underestimated. Presently, the harm inflicted by this species on American farmers surpasses even that caused by wild boars. White-tailed deer, being herbivores, frequently encroach into agricultural areas where they feed on crops such as rice, corn, soybeans, and various types of vegetables. Their nibbling extends to any part of the crops, resulting in substantial losses in crop yields. At present, the United States is home to roughly 36.7 million deer, and the majority of this population, accounting for 81%, comprises white-tailed deer. Similar to wild boars, white-tailed deer exhibit a behavior of spending much of their time wandering in the woods. Upon entering residential areas with fields or farmland, white-tailed deer exploit the opportunity to forage for food. According to June 2022 estimates from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, white-tailed deer have inflicted approximately $2.5 billion in damages to agriculture in the United States. This constitutes 58% of the total crop damage, contributing to 33% of nationwide losses in fruit and vegetable production. Additionally, white-tailed deer are also a contributing factor to hundreds of traffic accidents each year across the country. As a computer program, I don't witness events, but I can provide information. Accidents involving white-tailed deer are a prevalent concern, especially in many rural areas of the United States. Serious traffic accidents resulting from collisions with white-tailed deer have become a significant issue. Wild deer often inhabit natural environments near roadways and tend to cross roads during low-light conditions, increasing the risk of collisions with vehicles. Collisions between cars and white-tailed deer can have severe consequences, leading to injuries to drivers, fatalities, and substantial property damage. To address this issue, enhancing warning systems and monitoring in areas with frequent white-tailed deer presence has become a crucial measure. This aims to reduce the risk of collisions and enhance road safety. According to estimates by the National Deer Association, approximately 6.1 million white-tailed deer are annually hunted across the United States, solidifying their status as the most targeted wildlife species in the country. Hunting white-tailed deer has grown into a significant activity, serving the dual purpose of population control and providing a natural food source. Beyond its role in managing deer populations, hunting offers opportunities for outdoor experiences, attracting hunters and wildlife enthusiasts alike. Additionally, the meat from white-tailed deer is valued for its delicious and nutritious qualities, making it a crucial natural food source for many residents in rural areas. First, let's admire the unique features of the banting. The most remarkable aspect is their forelegs adorned with white markings, creating a distinctive style. Additionally, the bantang's powerful curved horns form a circular arch. Bantangs typically live in herds, ranging from a few individuals to about 30, depending on environmental conditions and food resources. Within the herd, there are mature males and numerous females with their offspring. The herd often has a complex social structure, and mature males can establish stability within the group. What's interesting about this herd is that it's not just a typical group of banting, but it also includes up to 2 large mature male bulls. The presence of these 2 mature male bulls is a special phenomenon, indicating diversity and strength within the community. For the bantang herd, having many calves is a positive sign of herd growth. It suggests that their living environment is favorable enough to support development and reproduction. Bantangs have a gestation period of approximately 9 months. During this time, the female cares for and nurtures the developing fetus inside her womb. Once the gestation cycle concludes, the female typically gives birth to 1 calf at a time. So, where do bantangs originate from? The main origin is in the Southeast Asian region. They are primarily found in countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. So why are bantangs present in Australia? Do you know? According to some information, bantangs were introduced to northern Australia during the British colonization in 1849. By February 2005, the bantang population on the Cobourg Peninsula reached 10,000, making it the largest herd in the world in northern Australia. Despite their gentle nature and being herbivores, bantangs tend to roam and graze on wild grasses. It's noteworthy that they may even venture into cultivated areas, consuming crops. With the increasing bantang population, this behavior can lead to growing agricultural damage. If this continues, what do you think about the significant increase in potential financial losses? Can you make an estimate of the potential figure? To alleviate this situation, some Australian farmers choose to breed and domesticate them, not only helping to minimize certain environmental issues, but also increasing their income. Domesticating such a large number of bantangs is a complex process that demands care and patience. Bantang beef is rich in essential nutrients such as protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals, making it a wise choice for health-conscious consumers. The cattle raised on farms, when harvested, yield succulent and flavorful meat that can be crafted into various delicious and enticing dishes. Would you like to savor the taste of such delicious bantang beef? Surely you're wondering why Australians don't hunt bantang, aren't you? Of course, there is the hunting of bantang, but the number of hunted cattle is usually minimal, especially those with strong spirits or specific purposes. This, of course, only happens with the approval of the Australian government, as the bantang population is gradually decreasing. If you support this method, please comment with a 1. If you support domestication, comment with a 0. Not only bantang, but also wild pigs are a significant concern for Australians and are currently receiving considerable attention. Wild pigs are widely distributed across the Australian continent. An estimated 13 to 23 million wild pigs are scattered throughout the states of Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, and the northern part of the Northern Territory. So, do you know the reasons behind the sudden increase in the population of wild pigs? Surely, everyone knows that wild pigs are prolific breeders, with each reproductive cycle yielding from 10 to 20 piglets. If such large numbers are born each time, after a short period, what do you think the total population of wild pigs would be? Leave your predictions in the comments. So, what offenses have they committed that make Australians dislike them so much? Look at their actions. They attack cornfields that are ready for harvest in the fall. Just imagine, after spending a significant amount of time caring for those cornfields, now someone comes to plunder your hard work. Would you feel frustrated? These wild pigs are so audacious that they even enjoy a nap in the middle of the day without any fear. This is the aftermath of the wild pig rampage. The entire field is devastated, from tree trunks to corn stalks. Nothing remains intact. Every year, the Australian government has to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to compensate for the damages caused by the wild pig herds. To combat this issue, Australian communities often resort to hunting methods. What's unique is that they frequently use vehicles for hunting trips instead of traditional on-foot approaches. This not only provides more convenience in the hunting process, but also helps them quickly and accurately identify and target the pigs. Not only in the United States, but also in Australia, it's common to use aircraft for wild pig hunting to optimize the efficiency of hunting activities. This combination not only allows for swift coverage of large areas, enhancing detection and targeting capabilities, but also saves time and effort compared to traditional methods like on foot hunting or using regular vehicles. This not only reduces the risks and challenges of hunting on foot amidst wild pig herds, but also significantly improves safety for hunters, minimizing the risk of encounters with other predatory animals. I'd like to reiterate that wild pig hunting in Australia is entirely legal and authorized by the government. In the Arnhem Land region, many people choose to domesticate wild pigs to increase income. The export of wild pig meat from this area has created jobs and become a significant source of income for the indigenous community. In the 1990s, Northern Australia exported hundreds of wild pigs weekly to Europe, especially to France and Germany, providing business opportunities and development. You might not know, but feral cats are the most significant contributors among the research species, causing over 10 billion USD in compensation for damages and management costs. The issue of feral cats is a major threat that the Australian government is currently addressing. They rank second only to feral rabbits in terms of the threat they pose to native animals. It is estimated that feral cats, along with foxes, prey on about 25 species of animals in Australia. Feral cats often exhibit aggressive behavior when attacking other animals, especially birds. They seize opportunities to catch birds off guard, cunningly mimicking pouncing moves, leaving the unsuspecting birds with no time to react and escape. The feral cat displayed particular boldness by rushing into someone's home, chasing and attacking. This action forced the man to run to escape the frightening assault of the feral cat. Feral cats, due to a lack of domestication, are often aggressive and prone to attacking humans. To address this situation, citizens have the right to participate in feral cat hunting activities, and they are even rewarded with a small incentive for each cat they catch. This serves not only as a preventive measure, but also as a positive incentive to encourage community involvement in minimizing the impact of feral cats on the environment and local communities. So, do you know the reasons behind the invasion of feral cats? Feral cats typically give birth to 3 to 4 litters each year, with each litter consisting of around 4 to 5 kittens or even more. On average, a single cat can give birth to 12 to 15 kittens in a year. So, if this situation continues, how much will the feral cat population increase? The sudden increase in the feral cat population causes a scarcity of food, forcing them to venture into risky territories in search of sustenance. This situation not only disrupts the social environment but also poses a significant risk, as feral cats can transmit harmful viruses to humans. This poses an immediate challenge that needs to be addressed to protect the community and the environment. Some people also use traps to catch feral cats. They start by selecting an appropriate leg trap and setting up a trap in the area where cats frequently appear. They use specially designed bait for cats and camouflage the trap with natural materials to make it less noticeable. Monitoring and checking regularly ensure effective feral cat control. Do you like this approach? Let me know your opinion. Some states in the U.S. are spending a considerable amount of money, up to 10 million USD per year, to prevent the invasion of beaver. This program often establishes reward policies, where each participating individual can receive $6 for every beaver caught. The question arises, why do they cause such significant damage that measures like this need to be implemented? Firstly, let's explore the origin of this beaver species. Beavers have existed on Earth for millions of years. It originated from South America and was first introduced to the United States in 1890 through fur trading activities. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, when the beaver fur market declined in the 1940s, thousands of beavers escaped or were released by farmers when there was no longer a demand to care for them. Since then, the beaver has expanded its presence to at least 20 states, mainly concentrated in coastal states along the Gulf of Mexico, such as Louisiana and Florida. In Texas, beaver is causing significant negative consequences and is listed among the species causing severe damage by the Parks and Wildlife Department. Although most beavers live for less than 3 years in their natural environment, a female beaver of this species can give birth to up to 200 offspring in just a short lifespan. Oh, that's quite a staggering number. So, let's examine the consequences that beavers have caused. Beavers is an extremely voracious eater. In a day, they can consume up to 25% of their body weight, eating everything from the stems to the tops and roots of plants. As a result, ecosystems and many rare plant species are threatened by beavers. What do you think the financial losses could reach? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Not only does it threaten the natural habitat of beaver rats, but it also has a negative impact on residential communities and farmers. The larger financial problem arising from having to carry out restoration works and replace damaged vegetation can become a serious matter of consciousness. So, why are beaver rats so invasive? In my opinion, it may be due to a sudden increase in the number of beaver mice, leading to the depletion of natural food sources. This may force them to leave urban areas in search of food. What do you think about this point of view? The burrowing habit of beaver rats not only has consequences for agriculture, but also causes a lot of damage to infrastructure that can lead to the need to completely rebuild damaged infrastructure. Invasive beaver rats are not only a threat to the environment, but are also the source of a number of diseases and parasites, including tuberculosis, tapeworms, liver flukes, and roundworms. Their swimming in water containing beaver rat feces and urine poses a significant risk to human and animal health. As for the American people to understand the mistakes caused by beaver rats, some people have chosen trap methods to deal with them. Because beaver rats often appear around areas with lakes, this is considered an ideal location to set traps. Automatic traps are becoming popular, which automatically activate when beavers collide, capturing them immediately. This helps provide an effective and convenient solution for controlling the beaver population in the area. In addition, to control and minimize the invasion of beaver rats, the use of guns becomes a detailed and effective method. This method is considered completely legal and is licensed and approved by the government. Typically, those who engage in hunting activities choose to use rifles to ensure high performance in their work of controlling beaver populations and keeping their population stable. Furthermore, the voracious feeding behavior of beaver rats has caused extensive damage to acres of land in Louisiana, where the beaver population has reached 400,000 animals. I am relieved that some people in this state have experimented with eating beaver rat meat and describe it as having a similar taste to rabbit meat. However, it should be noted that this is only a small number of people there and not 100%. However, you should not try eating beaver rat meat without consideration, as there is a very high risk that their meat may not be healthy for you. No one can be sure that their meat will be completely clean and free from any viral infections or infectious diseases. Can you guess what Americans will do with the beaver rats? Unable to let this resource go to waste, the American people would relocate the beaver rats to collect only their fur and skins. Then, press it dry and make it into manufactured crafts such as wallets, handbags, or other handmade products. Their leather is often sustainable and commercially viable, making it a popular source of raw materials in the leather and craft industries. Would you like to own a handmade item from the skin of a beaver mouse? It will be very interesting. You might not be aware, but in South Korea, the musk of beaver is also used for medicinal purposes. However, due to the diseases carried by this species and the severe consequences for the ecosystem, the South Korean government has mandated the eradication of nutria. Non-compliance can lead to penalties ranging from 1 to 2 years of imprisonment and a fine of 20 million won. The South Korean government identified nutria as an invasive species in 2009. In addition to beaver rats, wild wolves are also one of the problems that American farmers must face and find ways to solve. Wild wolves occur in many regions of the world, including North America, Europe, and Asia, as well as parts of Africa and Australia. The distribution of jackals depends on their habitat and their adaptability to local conditions. Wild wolves typically form packs when hunting, with the unity of family members. Each individual assumes specific roles in the hunt, ranging from holding the line to participating in the pursuit of prey. Before initiating the hunt, the pack focuses its attention on the target, using sharp senses to detect prey from a distance. The hunt unfolds with coordinated group strategies, concluding with the sharing of the catch within the pack, showcasing a sense of sharing and maintaining bonds within the wolf pack. So, what mistakes have these wild wolf packs caused? Do you know? Wild wolves often lurk to hunt prey, especially targeting free-range cattle owned by farmers. This behavior causes financial losses for farmers, puts pressure on agriculture, and affects the ecosystem balance. Managing and controlling the population of wild wolves poses a challenge for the authorities. According to statistics, around 117,000 livestock animals are killed by wild wolves each year in the United States. This is a significant issue for the livestock industry, resulting in financial losses and food security concerns. To minimize the impact of wolves on agriculture and control their population growth, most states in the U.S. allow wolf hunting throughout the year. This is considered a necessary management measure to protect the livestock industry and ensure food security in the community. So, do you know what causes wild wolf attacks and invasions? Wild wolves have a rapid reproductive process, with each litter typically giving birth to 4 to 7 pups. This enables them to increase their population quickly. Currently, estimates suggest that there are around 65,000 wild wolves living in North America. However, the actual number may be much higher due to the strong reproductive capabilities of this species. The sudden increase in the number of wild wolves depletes the food source, forcing them to venture into farms for food. You didn't miss look. After hunting, some hunters have chosen to process wild wolf meat into food. With the aim of ensuring food safety, they sent meat samples to quality assurance experts and then decided to prepare a dish from it. However, this approach is not widely accepted, and only a few people have a preference for consuming wild wolf meat. The opinion on whether to continue this practice remains a subject of debate. What are your thoughts on this behavior? If you agree, leave the number 1. If not, leave the number 0.